Hello everyone, so welcome to question session 4. In this question session we will solve our question on refrigerants. Okay, so in refrigerant we will see what we studied in our lecture, small points. Okay, so we see in that there are two types of refrigerant: primary refrigerants, primary refrigerants, and secondary refrigerants. Okay, secondary refrigerants. Okay, now the primary refrigerants are those which are in direct contact with your cooling space, and which undergoes your cyclic process and produces lower temperature. Okay, also in primary refrigerant your heat transfer takes in refrigeration take place with the help of latent heat. Okay, and in case of secondary refrigeration, these secondary refrigerants are first cooled with your primary refrigerant and then sent to the places where your primary refrigerant cannot be used. Okay, so some examples of primary refrigerant are R11, R12, R22, R134A, and example for secondary refrigerant is water, H2O, and brine. Brine is basically salted water. Okay, now if next we have discussed about the designation of refrigerants. So if in chemical formula, let's say CmHn F sorry FpClQ. Okay, so if there is a chemical formula like this, so there can be three conditions. First thing is saturated hydrocarbon. This may be saturated hydrocarbon. Second condition, it may be unsaturated hydrocarbon. Okay, so these two conditions are possible. In case of saturated hydrocarbon, it is known that N plus P plus Q is equal to 2m plus 2, and in case of your unsaturated, we know that this relation can be written as N plus P plus Q is equal to 2m. Okay, so this is your relation. How many atoms of FPL and Cl are available, are present with respect to presence of number of atoms of carbon. Okay, now inside the saturated hydrocarbons we write the formula as R m minus 1 n plus 1 P. Okay, and if I talk about unsaturated, so there are four letter digits here after R. So R 1 remains in all the cases, m minus 1, n plus 1, and P. I hope you have understood here. Okay, now if we talk about inorganic compounds, it is represented by R 700 plus molecular weight. Okay, now in case of NS3, so it is known NS3 known as R17, CO2 is known as R44. Okay, next is azeotropes. Azeotropes are your mixture of refrigerant. Is it mixture of refrigerant that acts as pure substance? Pure acts as pure substance. Okay. Okay. Now it is represented by R500 series. Okay. Next, if I talk about next is zeotropes. Zeotropic. So zeotropic mixtures are also a mixture of refrigerants. It is also a mixture of refrigerants, but they do not act as pure substance. Okay, and it denoted by R400 series. Okay. So these are your specifications how we designate a given refrigerant. Okay, now moving to next portion, if we say some applications, So for the applications, we can say that R11 is used in large centralized AC plant. Okay, R12 is used in domestic refrigerator, ठीक, refrigerator or AC. Okay, R12. Okay, if I talk about R22, it is used in window AC. R134A is used in car AC. It is also used in your domestic refrigerator and ACs. Okay, and if you talk about ammonia, so ammonia is used in cold storage plants. Okay, brine is used in milk chilling plant. Okay, similarly your CO2 is used for direct contact heating, and air is used in case of gas liquefaction or aircraft refrigeration system. Okay, now after that we have moved to our properties of refrigerant. So first we have discussed thermodynamic properties. Thermodynamic property. Okay, so here the first is critical temperature. Critical temperature should be high. Okay, because our condensate temperature, outlet temperature should be greater than ambient. Okay, so critical temperature should be high. If we talk about a specific heat, then Cp of vapor should be high, so that our degree of superheating will be less. Okay, and Cp of liquid should be low, such that our change in entropy will be, or losses due to irreversibility will be less. Okay, now next we can say that enthalpy of vaporization, HFG, if we talk about, should be more, such that we can obtain more reflection effect for less mass fluid. Okay, now if you talk about conductivity, then conductivity of should be high, so such that the size of your compressor should be less, or size of condenser should be less. Okay, now pressure of condenser should be moderate. Pressure of evaporator should be around 1 atm, atmospheric pressure only. Okay, if we talk about compression ratio, the value should be low. Okay, or either pressure ratio also should be low. Okay, if you talk about freezing point should be low. Okay, such that it can be used for lower temperature. Okay, compressor discharge temperature should be low. Okay, COP should be high, of course you know that. Okay, now if I talk about let's say second part, that is chemical properties. So in chemical properties, the first point is it should be non-toxic, non-flammable. Okay, and if we talk about the action with oil, so in case of action with oil, our first point, it should be like there are three types of refrigerant which are generally we get. Okay, so first is fully miscible type are R11 and R12. Okay, the second is immiscible. Ammonia and carbon dioxide are fully immiscible. If we talk about partial miscible, then the example is R22. Okay, now to remove this, what is, let's say that if your refrigerant is miscible or partially miscible, then the lubricating oil of the compressor will be sent to the condenser. Okay, and it may cause your blocking to your throttling valve next or anything or some other problem in the system. Okay, so to remove that, we install oil separator at exit of compressor and entry of condenser. Okay, so what does oil separator does? It remove all the oil from your system. Okay, and this oil separator is of course not needed in immiscible because the NS3 and CO2 both do not mix up. Okay, now if the next point, if we talk about the action with the material of construction, so if we see NS3 and freons, if we talk about NS3 and freon, so we can see from here that there, like if we talk about attack, on which material to attack, on which material is favorable. Okay, so our ammonia attack on copper and with favorable with wrought iron. Okay, similarly freon is reactive to aluminum and is favorable to copper. Okay, so these are some points, and next last point, if we discuss third point, that is also our physical properties. So if we talk about physical properties, so first, cost must be less, viscosity must be low. Okay, next and one most important topic of this, that is if we talk about leak detection. If we talk about leak detection, so there are four things we studied in our leak detection. How do we detect the leakage? Okay, so for ammonia we use your sulfuristic method. Okay, and what is sulfuristic method? In this method, if we if we burn sulfur candidates, sulfuristic, let me mention here sulfuristic method, and if you burn your candle, so it will produce white fumes. Okay, now if we talk about halocarbons, if we talk about halocarbons, then halide torch test. Okay, if we talk about hydrocarbon or propane, then it should be soap bubble water test. Okay, now last but not the least, if we talk about our SO2, sulfur oxide leak detection, so for this we have ammonia swab test. Okay, now based on like these what I've told you here, we will see some questions on the topic of refrigerants. Okay, now here is the first question is match type question. So ask air, ammonia, carbon dioxide and refrigerant 11 R11. So it is asked that where it is used, what type of compressor is used. Okay, so let's look into options. Direct contact refrigeration of food. We know that carbon dioxide is used in direct contact refrigeration of food. Okay, centrifugal compressor system, we don't know where it is used. Okay, next, large industrial temperature installation. Okay, so we know that this large industrial temperature installation is generally done with your ammonia refrigerant. Okay, so B, we belong to 3, automotive air conditioning. So aircraft refrigeration. So in aircraft refrigeration, I told you that we use air 5. Okay, now if we talk about R11, so there are two options left: centrifugal compressor system and automotive air conditioning. Now we know that in case of automotive air conditioning, we use our R134. Okay, so if we talk about R11, so this it must be like belong to option number 2, 5312, option B. Okay, next, in milk chilling plant, the usual secondary refrigerant is, I told you in milk chilling plant what is our secondary refrigerant, that is brine. Okay, the desired combination of properties for a refrigerant include high specific heat, low specific volume. High heat transfer coefficient and low latent heat. Incorrect. Okay, latent heat should be high. High thermal conductivity and low freezing point. Correct. High specific heat and high boiling point. High thermal conductivity, so for condenser, if we talk about condenser, so the area will be small, and low freezing point, so we have more working range. If we talk about the high speed specific heat, now specific heat belong to two types, like vapor and that of our liquid. For vapor it should be high, for liquid sorry, for vapor it should, yes, for vapor it should be high, for liquid it should be low. Okay, like I have mentioned here, na, for vapor it should be high, for liquid it should be low, but it is mentioned only high, so it is incorrect. First option incorrect. High thermal conductivity and low freezing point. High thermal conductivity, low freezing point. Option C should be correct. Okay, moving to next question. A good refrigerant should have large latent heat of evaporation and low operating pressure. Yes, of course. If we have large latent heat of evaporation and low operating pressure, in that case our refrigerant factor will be maximum. Next, let's see small latent heat of evaporation. This is incorrect. Large latent heat of evaporation and large operating pressures. No, small latent heat of evaporation and low operating pressure. No. So here this option A should be correct. Okay. Now moving to question number 5, it is mentioned that consider the following statement: azeotrophs are a mixture of refrigerant behavior like pure substance. Correct. Okay, isomer refrigerant are a compound with same chemical formula but have different molecular structure. This is also correct. Like in case of 134, so we have 134A and 134B. Okay. Next, the formula N plus P plus Q is equal to M is used for unsaturated chlorofluorocarbons. Carbon compounds M and P are PQ are the number of atoms of carbon or hydrogen, fluorine and chlorine respectively. So this is also correct. Okay, so option 1, 2, 3 is correct. Okay, in this question it is mentioned that match list 1 and list 2 chemical formulas. Select the correct answer using codes. Okay, so we have to write the formula for, so we know that for inorganic R717 is for NS3. Okay, so C belong to third. From here we can see either of these options. So let's calculate for R12. So if we see R12, we have to write R0 and 2. Okay, so this is our M minus 1, N plus 1 and P. Okay, so M is equal to 1, N is equal to 0 and P is equal to 2. Okay, so if I apply my equation, N plus P plus Q is equal to 2M plus 2, 2 plus 2. Okay, 4, and we know the value of 2M plus 2, so M is equal to 1. If I put the value of P is equal to 2 here and N is equal to 0, so we get Q is equal to 2. So we can write our formula as C H M N. C H is 0, so we won't write CF2 Cl2. Okay, so R12 is written as CF2 Cl2. So A is 4, so 4 3. Okay, if I talk about R22, so R22 is written as 0 to 2, so we get here M is equal to 1, N is equal to 1, P is equal to 2. If I apply the same equation here, you will get Q is equal to M is equal to 1, so here it will be 4 2 3 1. Q is equal to 1. Okay, so from here we can write CHF2Cl. So for this option is 2. Okay, so 4 2 3, and for, of course, this is the left one, so this would be 1 4 2 3 1, 4 2 3 1. So option B is correct. Okay, now next question is asked: ozone depletion by CFCs occur by breakdown of chlorine atom from refrigerant by UV radiation and reactive with ozone in a troposphere. Chlorine atoms from refrigerant. So if we talk about ozone depletion, ozone depletion. So there are certain reactions which happen. Let's say that CCl2F2 that we have decided in calculated in this question. CCl2F2 is for R12. So R12 refrigerant in presence of UV will break into Cl dot plus CClF2 dot. Okay. So this is called our chlorine free radical. Chlorine chlorine free radical. Okay, now this free chlorine free radical Cl dot react with ozone that is O3 to give ClO dot plus O2, and this O2 you know is oxygen. Okay, and this is known as chlorine monoxide radical. Okay, and further this ClO dot chlorine monoxide radical react with our oxygen atom to give chlorine radical again plus carbon. Okay, now if we combine all these three equations, if we combine these three equations, so we will get the net equation as O3 plus O2. So O3 plus O gives our 2O2. Okay, so from here we can see that this indicate destruction of ozone. Destruction of ozone. Okay, so so let's see which option is correct. So chlorine atom from refrigerant by UV radiation and reaction with ozone in the stratosphere. And why in stratosphere? Because uh, our ozone layer is in stratosphere. Okay, so option C should be correct. Okay, now this question number 9, it mentioned that what is the your chemical formula for R134A. Okay, A represent monomer. Okay, so we will like see what this value should be. Okay, so is it like in format of m minus 1, n plus 1 and p. So from here we get m is equal to 1, n is equal to 2 and p is equal to m is equal to, m should be 2. Okay, m is 2, n is 2 and p is 4. Okay, so if we use our equation n plus p plus q is equal to 2m plus 2, we can find value of q is equal to, so if we write it 2m, 4 plus 2 6, we get q is equal to 0. Okay, so for R134 we write it as C2H2F4. So there is not a presence of like chlorine atom is not present in this. Okay, so hence R134 is known as our new generation domestic refrigerator and is very eco-friendly refrigerator. Okay, C2H2F4. Okay, next in question number 10, the case of leakage of freon refrigerant, the color of now perhaps I have not mentioned in the lecture, but in halide torch test, flame color changes from your blue to green. Okay, so option B is correct. So for this question number 11th, it is mentioned, asked that for which of the following refrigerant has the highest critical temperature. Okay, so as I mentioned in lecture that S2 has highest critical temperature. Okay, the significant advantage of using ammonia as a refrigerant is its solubility in water and flammability. So this is incorrect because it is flammable. Ammonia is flammable. Okay. Solubility in water. If we talk about solubility in water, it is soluble in water. Correct. Now, high latent heat. Ammonia does have high latent heat and characteristic odor. So this point should be okay. Sorry. So this C point should be correct. Okay. Option C is correct. Moving to the next question, number 13. The pipe and fitting in an ammonia refrigeration system should be made of. Okay, so you know that if ammonia is react to copper and favorable to wrought iron. Okay, so this should be this either cast steel or wrought iron. Okay, next match the list. Sulfur candle test is used to like if we want to like test this leak of ammonia. So option 2 halitosis test is for your halocarbons. Third, soap and water test is for your hydrocarbon or propane. Option 1. And anonymous have for sulfur. 2314. 2314 option A. Okay. Where is the oil separator in vapor compression refrigeration system? So it is installed after compressor and before condenser. So option A, between compressor and condenser. Now moving to the next question. Refrigerant R11 and R12 have greater impact on ozone depletion than R22. Okay, so let's see what is like how many chlorine atoms are present in both. So if we talk about R11, so R11 we can write M is equal to 1, N is equal to 0, and P is equal to 1. From here we can find Q is equal to 3. Okay. We will apply N plus P, Q plus Q is equal to 2M plus 2. So this should be your 4 minus 1, 3. Okay. So we can write formula for R11 as C no H F1 Cl3. Okay. If we talk about R12, so R12, for R12 we will get M is equal to 1, N is equal to N is equal to 0, and P is equal to 2. Hence we will get value of Q is equal to 2. Okay, it's 2 or 1. Okay, sorry, 2. Q is equal to 2 if we use this formula again. So from here I can write for R12 it is mentioned as C F2Cl2. Okay. Now if we talk about R22, so R022, in this case we will obtain M is equal to 1, N is equal to 1, P is equal to 1. Okay. So we will get Q is equal to, if we all values are 1, so we will get Q is equal to 2. Okay. So for this we can write formula as CHFCl2. Okay. So we can see that in case of R22 and R12, chlorine atom value are same. Okay, and R11 have more chlorine atoms than R12 and R22. Okay, and this our reason is incorrect, so we can directly write this option C. Sorry, A is true but R is false. Okay, so it is mentioned that power required per ton of refrigeration. So we have given that refrigeration capacity is equal to 1 TR. Okay, is equal to 3.51 kilowatt. Okay, now it is mentioned that the power required, so we know that COP is equal to refrigeration effect upon work input, or so let's say it's refrigeration effect. Okay, upon, or if it is refrigeration capacity, so let's write it is refrigeration capacity upon work input. Okay, so if we want to calculate work input, so we can write RC is equal to 3.51 kilowatt divided by COP. Okay, so from here we can say that N value should be 3.51. I hope you understood this problem. Okay, now we will moving to our next question. So it is asked that list out the azeotropes from the refrigerant. Okay, so our azeotrope is a mixture of I mentioned you mixture of your two or more refrigerant, and it must be your pure substance. Okay, now for isotopes it is a chemical like its designation is 500 series. Okay, or 500 series. So this option 4 should be correct. Okay, so this question is last question for this session. Okay, thank you.